Hey YouTube, I want to tell you about these new Highlifter arms I've got. I got them off eBay and they was the best price in a red. I needed red because my old one was red. Before I tell you about the arms, I want to give you a little backstory on this monster. I've been working on it for quite a while to make it the ultimate hill climber. So it was just a progression, even I would say over years. To start with, I've started adding quarter inch steel plates. That helped it some. Then I actually relocated the battery. That helped some. Then I went with 4 rear tires and rear rims. That adds a tremendous amount of weight low and traction, and that helped quite a bit. Then I started extending the wheelbase. I actually cut the frame, added in, you can see on that where I added in, and the skid plate, I can show you a little better over here, where my skid plate had to be lengthened as well. I used a 2-up drive shaft to give me that extension. Then it was pretty much could do anything above what it couldn't do was something stupid that you didn't really want to do on a 4-wheeler anyway, but I kept going. Added more steel skid plates, a winch, and the last iteration of my madness is the Highlifter arms. It gives me another 1.5 inch wheelbase, so I've got about 59.5 inch wheelbase. As I said, I'll show you my gap on my rims. I guess all you know that on the factory ones to start with, your tire is almost touching the rear fender. I have now about 8 inches at the rear fender right there, and the front is about 5.5. But anyway, quick review on the arms. They pretty much worked out perfect. Had a little bit issue with the right side not lining up correctly. I had ball bearings, so I used washers as shims, so I had to literally shim the bottom A arm back a little bit because the top had actually seemed to have more back rake to it. But the left side worked fine. They're up and down straight. You can put a straight edge front to back. They line up, and I've already tested them, and everything seems to work fine. And one other thing I would like to mention about the shock, I was worried about before I bought them. It makes sense if this wheel goes back 1.5 inches, your drive shaft's gonna have to come back 1.5 inches. And factory, you can barely put your finger through there. Well, on these I can't even put my finger in there. So what Highlifter did, they kind of fudged it a little bit closer, but it's still in I would say like at least 3/4 inch bind. I don't know if that's going to destroy the shock or bushings, or I can't find any reviews, so make my own review now. So, and the sway bar, they say you can't install it on this model because I had arched A-arms to start with, but it's a simple fix. You have to add this, or my other option, I think it's a heim joint that the factory one comes with. You could cut this off and add it there, but you'd still have to space this out because it's such a long length, because this is more or less designed for the older models, and they've got a really long, I've looked at them, they got a really long shaft right there. So no big deal. I already had these because I bought a set of car suspension parts for that sway bar, and easy fix. All right, that'll do it for the most part. I love them. A little iffy on the fitting, but I got by with it. All right, see you in the next one.